London has possibly the most epic Christmas light displays in the world, so come and have a look around them with me. So there's a lot to see, and I'm probably going to put this vlog into two parts, but we're starting here with the gorgeous Covent Garden Market. So Covent Garden's Christmas tree is pretty famous in London. It is probably the most spectacular display, or tree at least, in London. It's actually 60 feet high and it's covered in 30,000 lights and it looks absolutely spectacular. And I've got a video here with me standing against it just so you can get some kind of perspective of just how tall this tree is. Now, normally the interior of the market had a different display that they actually hadn't changed for 10 years, and they have just changed it for 2023, and it's now got 40 gigantic bells and 12 giant baubles and spinning mirrors, and I absolutely love it. I think Covent Garden was one of my favourite Christmas spots. So in Covent Garden, if you pop along to Whittard's, they have all these Christmassy free tea and coffee samples. The coffee actually tasted of vanilla. It was really tasty. It was definitely my favourite, as some of the teas had gone a bit cold. Is that coffee?
Oh, it's coffee.
Nice. I was trying to give my friends a break from filming and setting up the camera myself, and this is why it doesn't work. So they have lots of little alleys and squares that you can walk down and go off path a little bit. And what I really loved about this was all the flowers that are still out in December. I do think it is quite a bit warmer down in the south of the country than those of you up in the north. So something that you're always going to find in London at Christmas is these highly decorated tuk-tuks to drive you around the city. And a lot of them are playing Christmas tunes really loud. It's very fun for a short ride, but I'm sure these drivers are literally banging their head at night from playing Christmas music the whole night from November. I love the decoration at this restaurant, J Shiki. I actually feel they look very familiar, these seahorses, from the Chelsea in Bloom displays, and I do wonder if they're done by the same florist. I know Neil Strain, a florist in Belgravia, had very similar displays to these beautiful seahorses here, and I really wouldn't be surprised if they provided these. So as we walked through Leicester Square, there was some really fun stuff on. Sometimes I just find Leicester Square way too busy, but if you go on a weeknight, I find it a lot easier to handle than a weekend. It's still busy, but it's just not quite as bustling and rammed. There was this amazing guy who was doing bubble blowing, and then there was a singer with this with this guy joining in with the umbrella. And this is London to me. This is the epitome of sort of Soho, central London. Annoyingly, to save copyright, I've got to put this guy over a completely random backing song. I wish I could share the original. We stopped off for a little bite to eat at Planet Organic to warm up as it was getting a bit cold and we wanted a bit of a break. I'm super health freak, mostly raw vegan, so this is what I got. Having my cheesy kale chips and my green juice. Cheers. And then we made it down to Carnaby Street, which has a very similar theme to last year actually, which was also planet themed, but it is a different display. I love this one. It was so colourful, really vibrant and very unusual. So then we have one of London's best known Christmas light decorations called the Spirit of Christmas, and there are these angels that span the whole of Regent Street. A little bit of history is that actually Regent Street was the first ever central London location to host Christmas lights back in 1954. The Spirit of Christmas angels were actually reminiscent of Regent Street's very first Christmas light theme, which featured traditional angels positioned as if they were playing trumpets. The modern versions are created by James Glancy Design Limited in partnership with the Crown Estate. And the wingspan on these angels is 17 meters, and they're all studded with LED P lights, which create this gorgeous sparkling effect. I love them, and they may have been the same for many years now, but they still stand out as one of London's best Christmas displays. One of the best was definitely Hamley's. I loved this Christmas tree. It's a very famous toy store on Regent Street, and when they unveil the Christmas display each year, it tends to get a little bit of a queue outside of people wanting to see what they've done. But I really, really like this one with all the film characters and models on the revolving Christmas tree. And then the final thing that we checked out on part 1 was the Outernet butterfly display. This is a really cool thing to stop by and see. I wouldn't make a special visit for it because it's probably not quite as amazing as they make out. It's just this room with a huge projected image, and you can interact by trying to catch the butterflies on an augmented reality app on your phone. This is designed by Pixel Artworks, and definitely if you're in central London, pop down and look at it. It's definitely worth just having a quick look and probably spending about 10 minutes here.